Hi guys, Paul Pluta on the Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, I'm doing a paid review. This is for Jihad and this is paid review 9N67. 9N67, quick wristwatch check, and I am wearing a Patek Philippe 5127. This is an automatic Calatrava with date. Okay guys, here we go. Hi Archie, hope all is well and your holidays were superb. I've been watching your videos for over a year now and think you are hilariously insightful. Keep making the funny videos. Please refer to me as Jay. Fuck! Okay, I do appreciate it. Let's get on with it. I'm a 28-year-old semi-truck driver from, I think he means a 18-wheeler truck driver from Chicago. Recently married for 2 years, and life for the moment seems to be going in a wonderful direction. When I was a young boy between 10 and 14, my grandfather got me into wristwatches. He would watch the Shop at Home network on TV constantly, so much so that my grandmother put a password lock on the channel once, and I sat up all night trying to figure it out so we could tune in to the wristwatch channel, but to no avail. My grandpa was a great man. However, he was an avid collector of the infamous shooter. He once told me, young boy, Victor, Sterling and Crouton were great wristwatches. Although he did say the Man on the Fucking Moon was the best watch ever made, but never did end up buying one. Or, of course, I know how now that those watches minus the Omega are horrible. Because of this, I went down a slightly different path of shooter purchasing in my 20s, but now I have finally made the step in the right direction as I've recently purchased a Tudor Pelagos 25600TN circa 2017 with in-house movement, original box and papers, second hand from a co-worker for $2,500. Similar examples go for $3,300 to $3,500 on the used market. So I reckon I got a really good deal as per your request. I haggled like a bitch until I got the price I wanted. I won't attach a picture of the shitters as it's a waste of your time, but as you can tell by the Tudor with the Omega Boutique book next to it, my next purchase will undoubtedly be the Man on the Fucking Moon. But of course, I'll be buying second-hand or grey market. Thank you, Archie, for doing a video for me. And what do you think of the purchase of my first proper wristwatch? Feel free to comment on what I should be adding in future purchases. I don't earn a hell of a lot of money, but enough to pay the mortgage, bills, car notes, and still have some money left over for luxury purchases. I hope also to add a Rolex Explorer 1 or 2, Tudor Black Bay, Brightly Navi Timer, and or Super Ocean Heritage 2. $50 has been sent. All the best, Archie. Let's discuss!
Guys, Mark Goldberg here from Mark Vlogs Watches with a quick word for your friend and mine, ArchieLuxury, Paul Pluta, AC3, Archibald Chesterfield III. You know, he invented the quick wristwatch check, and the rest of us on YouTube, well, we just stole it. Help keep Archie full-time on YouTube by liking this video, watching this video, tell your fuckhead friends, and make sure to subscribe to his Patreon. And now, ArchieLuxury.
Okay, this is a great question from Jay. And I gotta tell you, Jay, it's a very good time to be a wristwatch collector. And there are some really good bargains around. And I sympathize with you. I have my collection itself. I'm a 47-year-old man. Basically, when I was 33, I started again. I got divorced and basically left with minus $30,000. So I had minus $30,000 and a Cartier steel basculant tank. That's all I had. Look, at your age there, great to start young. Look, I would say watch collecting, it's an evolution of tastes over time. My best advice to you is, this is what I would say to anyone in similar shoes. And it's not how much money, it's not important how much money you make. Believe you me, it's a lot of the big people who earn big money, they tend to spend a hell of a lot more, and they tend to they tend to be just as tight for money as the people who earn less money. My best advice to you, if I was a watch collector starting from scratch, look, you got a Tudor Pelagos. Tudor Pelagos isn't my cup of tea. It's not really my cup of tea. I prefer the Black Bay, the more retro type Tudor. But the Pelagos has got a huge following, and I must admit there, I understand the Pelagos. It's a great watch. It is a great watch. It's great credentials, great watch. My advice is I would be trying to add one Rolex. I would add Steel Sports. No, don't buy a fucking Datejust. Don't buy any of that sort of fucking shit. I would buy, I reckon, a 3-hand, no date, either a Explorer 139mm, the new Air King 40mm, or you could get a Milgauss. Buy it all pre-owned. That's exactly where I'd be going. I gotta tell you, seriously, I think the Tudor Pelagos is a great start. It's a decent watch. Nothing wrong with it at all. As I said, I mean, I prefer the Black Bay, but that doesn't mean the Pelagos is inferior. In fact, some people love... I'm an older guy. I'm middle-aged, so maybe for me the retro styling is more chic. But for you, the Pelagos is a great watch. I'm glad to see you haggle. You got to haggle. Every dollar fucking counts. Next purchase, man on the fucking moon. Yes, 100%. And I'd even say there are a few Omega models. You could get the classic manual wind. Okay, that's with the 1861 movement, Halcyon glass. Yep. I'd also consider the first Omega in space. That's a great watch. You could also get the Sapphire Sandwich, the Sapphire with the display back. There's a number of moon watches. Just make sure you get a manual wind. That's what I would stress there. I would say seriously, I would add slowly. There's nothing wrong with you being a bit of semi-truck driver and a bit of a horse trader. Man, the whole reason I got into second-hand watches is because there is no fucking way in the world I could afford to buy new wristwatches. Okay, I could not, would not. I was a fucking married man. I had to nickel and fucking dime for every step of the way. Now, I'm 47 now, and I've now got 5 Pateks. But did you know, for one of those Pateks, I swapped 3 Steel Sports. Yes, my Milgauss, my Air King 40mm, and my Explorer 1 39mm. Swap those 3 for one 5296 white gold Patek Philippe. So, believe you me, I fucking understand the pain. I understand. And each one of those Rolexes was a struggle. So, you know, I would seriously, there are some great buys. What would I be looking at? I tell you, I'd honestly say every man does need a Rolex. They need a Rolex. I'd definitely get a Steel Sports Rolex in the larger size. But I would say, man, I reckon, as you've actually said there, the Breitling Navitimer, that's a great watch. That's relatively a good buy. The Super Ocean Heritage, whether it's a Heritage 1 or 2, I actually think the Heritage 1 is probably better bang per buck because it has the aluminum bezel, which it's supposed to be a retro watch. I mean, why the fuck they put ceramic on it? It's just a bit of bullshit. And I think that's got more. I think that's more true to form. I reckon that's a beautiful watch. Another bargain is IWC. IWC, Ingenua. A lot of IWC models grab an Ingenua. Ingenua was that's their famous engineer's watch. I would gladly grab an Ingenua. I'd also grab, there's a number of IWCs. IWC was such a cool brand in the early 2000s. It's turned a bit dog shitty, but by pre-owned, some bargains there. I would also say PAM. Get the classic PAMs like PAM 111 or a 112 or base 0 logo models. They're just iconic. I honestly think the best PAMs are manual wind, true to form. It's like the original. That's the kind of thing. Haggle hard, you want to buy box papers and receipts. It's so fucking tricky. There's so many super fake PAMs. Another thing which is really amazing things to collect there, if you want something a bit obscure, a Breguet is a great way to go to a really top brand. Breguet Type 20 is a great watch for not a lot of money. I would also say I had the Tag Heuer Caliber 11, which is, you know, that's a very famous model, left-hand crown. A bit, you can get that on a Pelagos as well, the left hand. Great sort of thing. One other brand which I love is Zenith. Some of them are a bit ugly, but I like the Zenith Chronomeister El Primero, and they did the reissue of the 1969. They're a fucking high-class column wheel chronograph, and they are soft. Now, I got to be honest with you. I look back on my collections. If I was starting again, yes, I'd always want at least one Rolex. And you don't need Rolex if you've got Patek. If you've got Patek, you get an exemption. But if I was you, you'd want to have one Rolex, but I'd add these little cool watches and just fucking enjoy them. There are some great buys there. If you haggle hard and look around and, you know, just... I've been there. I have truly, well and truly fucking been there, and I know exactly what it's like. So my best advice to you is to build the collection slowly. You've got a young family, you're married. That's really cool. I would say just take it slowly. The best collections, I've got to be totally honest, there are people who come into this hobby and they got to absolutely fill the box. They get a 6-watch box. They got to fucking fill it, you know, and they add shit to... Slow down. You just say, hey, I'm a working guy. And the best collections I've seen that are a lifetime work. There's a guy I know who runs a independent cinema. And that guy, I've got to tell you, he's added, when he turned 18, he got an Omega. Later on, he got another Omega. Then he got a Rolex. He just added it slowly. Now, the guy he's my age, in his late 40s, and he's got such a beautiful collection over time. And you don't need 50 watches. You just, I think, ideally, I think the best collections are between 3 and 10. Okay? That's my view. And I think if you can tell a story, that's really part of you. That's the thing I like with it. So many people get into the hobby. They buy themselves a Rolex, then they get an Omega, then they can't afford to keep... It's very expensive to be adding such expensive watches. So they're lusting after adding expensive models. You can't always do that. You cannot always do that. You've got to take your time, add slowly, and that's what I would do. But I gotta tell you, Jay, thanks for watching my videos. Thank you for following the advice, and look, I wish you well. You're married, you're a truck driver. Good on you. Salt of the earth, hard working guy. And I mean, to be honest with you, I was in IT. IT never really paid. I mean, I was in Brisbane. I never really had a senior position. Or when in IT, I had some good jobs. But I never earned over 60, 70,000 Australian. Okay, that's not US dollars, that's Australian. So take off 30%. Yeah, so I never earned a fortune, and I raised family, and I had to horse trade a bit, of course. That's part of life, and that's kind of how it's gone. So I gotta be totally honest with you. It's the collectors who hold out for the long term. They're the ones who build really beautiful, nice, cool collections. That's the ones who do that. And it's kind of the ones I respect more than anything. Ones who built it slowly, haven't just had, buy whatever you want. Daddy just says, buy whatever you want. Life has never been like that for me. And I think you appreciate more when it's not fucking given to you for free. You got to work hard and try your absolute best. Okay, guys, that's a review for Jay. Tell me what you think. Like, subscribe, tell your fuckhead friends, and don't be afraid to put some nasty comments below. And guys, remember, man cannot survive on Google Ads. I depend heavily on getting paid reviews. Paid reviews, $50 US. I will review your collection. I'll tell you what you should add, what you should get rid of. I'll give you my honest opinion. Take the advice or leave the advice. It doesn't fucking matter. I'll tell you what I think of your collection, and I'll give you some pointers, and you know, you can. I'll hopefully answer your concerns. So guys, man can't survive on the Googles. I need your help. You haven't done a paid review, get it in now. Okay guys, until next time, ciao fuckaroonies. Okay, Arch, cut! David SW. David SW. David SW. Who does ArchieLuxury recommend is the greatest grey market dealer in America? There's only one choice, David SW. That's right, guys. I've got to tell you the honest truth. I have for a long time been looking for the perfect answer. Who do I recommend people go to see? Who do I recommend that people can go and buy watches? And I've got to be honest with you. The greatest pre-owned dealer for Rolex, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet is David SW. David SW. David SW. DavidSW.com. That's right, guys. I have been looking for a contact who I can very nicely refer people to. I am not in the selling business. Customer service, I'm too old to sell watches. I'm too old. I like to recommend my viewers to a reliable source. In Australia, I've got some great sources. There's Sydney Watch Exchange with Cove, Ronnie at Vintage Watch Co, Shani at European Watch Gallery. And in America, who is the best source for pre-owned Rolex? For all the hot models? There's only one person I would recommend, David SW. David SW, David SW. That is the premier source for pre-owned Rolex. I gotta be completely frank and honest with you. Guys, if you are looking for a hot Rolex model, there is only one place you can go to. David SW. David SW, David SW. Let's be honest, guys, there's no point schmoozing the dealers, the ADs. They're just a waste of time. Unless you're going to buy 20 pieces, you are wasting your time. What you're better off to do is pay the market premium and go to a good pre-owned dealer. Who do I recommend? David SW. David SW. David SW. That's correct, guys. I want to tell you this now. I 100% stand behind David SW. David SW, the greatest pre-owned dealer in the entire United States of America. That's right, the greatest pre-owned dealer for Rolex, for Patek Philippe, for Audemars Piguet, David SW. He even does things like FP Journe. David SW, David SW, David SW. That's right. If you want to buy a pre-owned Rolex, a Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, there's only one good source I would recommend. David SW, David SW, David SW. I'm Paul Pluta, the method actor who plays Archibald Chesterfield III, and I'm proud to recommend David SW. See you later. Thank you for watching this channel.
don't say anything real nice. It's better not to talk at all, is my advice.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mark Goldberg for Archie Luxury AC3, the Pontiff, Satan Deville. I want to sincerely thank you for having sat through this video because I know it was awful, but you know what? You do it for the greater good of humanity. Thank you so much. Now, a couple of quick pieces of homework. Now that you've watched this video, I would like you to hit thumbs up. If you must, hit thumbs down, but if you'd hit thumbs up, I would especially appreciate it. Go ahead and leave a really nasty comment and tell him how awful this content was, but most importantly of all, the entire reason that I am linking up with Archie Luxury in the first place. I am a published author. Let Dogs Be Dogs, available in bookstores, Amazon, and electronically somewhere near you. Remember, Archie Luxury, he's not just a figment of your imagination.